what is it that we are aiming for? Isn't it ultimately because we want to be happy? We keep postponing happiness. So what is the ultimate goal that all of us have, that all human beings have? What is it that we do? What is it that we are aiming for? Why do we do what we do every day? What are we searching for? It's happiness, isn't it? So why do we want that second car or the third car or the fourth car? Why do we want the Porsche? Why do we want the big fantastic house? Why do we want an awesome job? Get more money, yes? Why do you want more money? Isn't it ultimately because we want to be happy? Isn't that the ultimate reason, the ultimate goal? But the strange thing is, most people keep postponing happiness right through their lives, isn't it? Some people say, I will be happy once I get my next promotion. I will be happy once I get a huge increment. I will be happy once I get married. I will be happy once I have got my first vehicle, got my first dream car. I will be happy once I have built a house. I will be happy once I get my first 1 million. I will be happy once I have children. I will be happy once my children go to school. I will be happy once my children leave school. I will be happy once they go to university. I will be happy once they get married. I will be happy once I'm divorced. I will be happy when I retire from work. So do you see what's happening here? We keep postponing happiness. We keep postponing happiness. Our ultimate goal, we keep postponing. But you really want to know something? That ultimate goal of happiness you can have right now. Right? We can reach our ultimate goal right now, this instant. So one of the things that anyone needs to do if you really want to make a change is actually articulate the change that you want to make. Put it down in writing or at least type it. So could you do that now? If your ultimate goal in life is to be happy and you want to be happy right now, could you put that in the comments right now? I want to be happy. I want to be happy. Show me the way to be happy. I want to be happy. Right? Give me a path. Tell me how to do this. Tell me how I can be happy. I want to be happy. Can you put that in the comment right now? So you are actually articulating what you want for yourself. You're making that goal in your mind clear. Anyone who has studied goal reaching behavior knows that if you articulate your goal, you put it down in writing, and even better than typing is actually writing it with your hand. Put it down in writing, it becomes much more clearer in your mind. It's clearer. This is where I'm going. That's my path. That's my end goal. That's where I'm trying to reach. So in this little video, what I want to show you is how you can be happy right now. How it's as simple, how being happy is as simple as just making the choice. Because what is happiness? Is happiness something we can go out and commercially buy? And how much of money should be paid to get happiness? What should I do to be happy? How much of fame do I need? How much of money do I need? Wealth do I need? How much of climbing up the corporate ladder do I need? What position should I get to be happy? And none of that matters, isn't it? None of that matters really. There are some of the richest, most powerful people in the world who are not happy, who are under tremendous stress. Is it to do with insecurity? Maybe. They have everything, but they're still not happy. So you wonder, what's the point then? What's the purpose? Right? We have built everything. We have built organizations. We have built huge companies, but we're still not happy. What's the point? And then there are others with nothing much of worldly possessions, nothing much in terms of material stuff, but they're happy. So are they actually then really richer, wealthier than the guy who actually has everything? Something to think about, isn't it? Something to think about. So one of the longest studies that was done on happiness by actually Harvard University found that the key to lasting happiness wasn't wealth, fame, or career success, but instead it was our relationships and the daily choices that we make. Our relationships, human connection, human contact, our relationships and the daily choices that we make. Our relationships are not really the number of social media relationships that we have. We might have thousands of friends on social media, yeah, but most of those friends, if you actually meet them face to face, you might not even recognize them. You might have never shaken their hand. So they are friends on social media. But if you are in trouble, could you actually go to those friends? That's not what relationship means. Relationship is where you have a true meeting of minds. There are people that you are going to help if they are in trouble, and there are people who will help you if you are in trouble. That's a true, good relationship. So this study ultimately found that the key to lasting joy or happiness was the relationships that we have and also the daily choices that we make. In other words, happiness is a choice. So Harvard actually conducted an 80-year study, following hundreds of people for many years, 80 years, trying to figure out what really made their life happy or fulfilling. And what they found was that the happiest people weren't the most powerful, weren't the most successful, didn't have the most accomplishments, didn't have the most fame, didn't have the most possessions, but they are the ones who chose to focus on what matters the most. Positive relationships, gratitude, and appreciation. And actually, none of this costs money. Isn't that great? None of it costs money. And that's great because we can actually have it right now. But even more than all of that, the easiest way to be happy is just make that mental shift. I want to be happy right now. Let's be happy right now. Why postpone it? Happiness is just a feeling. So everything that we do is finally to be happy. Would you agree with that? That everything we do, all the money we want to earn, all the money we want to collect, all the possessions that we want to have, isn't it ultimately because we are searching for happiness? Isn't that the ultimate goal? It is, right? So let's start discussing how can we be happy. Happiness as a choice, as simple as that. Do you believe that if you're successful and happy today, it's because of choices you made? Or do you believe that if you're successful and happy today, it's because of someone else? If you have failed in something in life, is it because of choices you made, or is it because of someone else? There's someone who might tell me, Sanjeev, I can be successful, just change my boss. I can be successful, just change my wife. I can be successful, just change the government. So that would mean that being successful or being happy is not up to us, but it's because of circumstances, it's because of the environment. And that's really, really, really not true. That's not true. Because if I believe that I can be happy, I can be successful only if other things happen, it means I am never in control of my life. I am never in control of my destiny. My life, my happiness depends on others, isn't it? But that's not true. If you believe your happiness, your success is because of choices you are making, choices you made in the past, choices you're making right now, and choices you will make in the future, that means you are in control of your destiny. You are in control of your life. And that makes you that much more powerful, isn't it? Some years ago, I actually learned this exercise, and ever since then, I have never made any excuses for anything I do in my life. Because making an excuse is also a choice there, isn't it? A hard choice, because if you can't make excuses, there is no room to escape. There is no place to escape to. Because, you can never hide from yourself, isn't it? You can hide from everyone else. We can pretend to be someone we are not to the whole world. But you can never pretend to yourself. Neither can I ever pretend to myself. I know who I am. You know who you are. So, would you want to take this step with me right now? To agree that everything you do is because of choices that you make. Everything you are is because of choices you make. And therefore, let's get rid of excuses from our lives as well. If you can do that, you're going to start to fly immediately. Because most of us have good intentions. We want to do great things. We want to make big changes. We want to help people. We want to help society. We want to make a change in the world. But we don't. Why? Because we keep making excuses. Let's take an example. Someone who wants to exercise. They know exercising is good for them. They know they're going to be more healthy if they exercise. But every day, they make an excuse as to why they can't exercise. Why not today? Today it's raining. Why not today? Today it's too sunny. It's too hot. Why not today? Yeah, today is the first day in 2 weeks that I may manage to get home early from work. I want to just relax at home. Today is not the day to exercise. Why not today? Are you crazy? Today I was working so hard. It's so late. There is no time. Why not today? No, I have a tough day tomorrow. I need to relax so I can, get into work today. Do you understand? If we want to make excuses, we are extremely creative. We can find 100 reasons why we shouldn't do something. But in the same way, we are extremely creative. If we really want to do something, we can find 100 reasons why we should and 100 ways that we actually can do it. It's all in our mind, isn't it? So as happiness is a choice, as I was saying. So one really startling study in psychology done by Philip Brickman, Dan Coates, and Ronnie Yanoff-Bullman in 1978. So this study was titled Lottery Winners and Accident Victims. Is Happiness Relative? So what they did was, they studied how people's happiness levels changed following major life events. In particular, what they did was they compared people's happiness levels after winning the lottery, so lottery winners, and individuals who met with a major accident and became paraplegic or quadriplegic due to accidents. So they were paralyzed. They were not able to move their limbs. And what they found was that after 6 months of this life-changing event, both people who had won the lottery and people who had become quadriplegic, I hope I'm pronouncing that word right, who had lost motion in their limbs, right? So they had met with an accident, right? They were paralyzed, were actually reporting similar levels of happiness. Can you imagine that? One guy who was paralyzed, one guy who has won the lottery, 6 months down the line, the happiness levels are the same. Isn't that amazing? One guy wins the lottery, another guy becomes paralyzed. After 6 months, happiness levels are the same. So what this study really found and realized was, we adapt to circumstances. No matter if it's a fantastic thing that happens to us, like winning the lottery, getting a promotion, achieving something fantastic, maybe climbing Mount Everest or something like that. After that, so when that event happens, you're going to be extremely happy. But after some time, it goes down, isn't it? So on average, both lottery victims, winners and accident victims return to relatively baseline levels of happiness after 6 months to a year. So there's a name for this. There's a psychological phenomenon called hedonic treadmill or hedonic adaptation. So we adapt. And why do we adapt? Because that's for survival, isn't it? We adapt. So even if someone gets 100% increment, how long is that person's level of motivation going to be really high? You know how long? Just till the next paycheck. So just for the first month, if at all. Right? First time it happens, you get the notice, wow, I'm so happy, 100% increment. After some time, what happens? You get used to it. And then, happiness is down. If we get used to something, we expect it. If we expect something, we are not going to be delighted by it anymore. So hedonic adaptation is where people revert to a stable level of happiness despite significant life events, despite significant life changes, things that happen to them, meeting with an accident, losing a loved one, getting a huge bonus, winning the lottery, going on a fantastic world trip, whatever it is. Whether positive or negative life changes, after 6 months to a year, it comes down to a baseline, a stable level. I remember I used to conduct a choir called the Revelations, a male voice choral outfit, and we actually won the World Choir Games. We won 2 categories at the World Choir Games back in 2008 in Graz, Austria. And at that time we were so happy. We were on top of the moon. We were world champions in 2 categories in choral music. And we brought those awards back proudly back to our country, back to Sri Lanka. We were showing it off to people. Right? We had a concert to, celebrate this achievement. But today, do you know where those awards are? They're in a cupboard somewhere where no one looks at it. Even I don't look at it anymore. Because what has happened? That happiness level has come down. We are not excited by that achievement anymore. Something that I was listening to, actually a video done by Simon Sinek, where he was talking about, the two examples he used were actually Michael Phelps and Andre Agassi. And what he said is, at the height of their achievements, after they had achieved everything they wanted in terms of their sport, that they both went into depression. So you work hard, you try and you keep trying, and you work hard and you accomplish and you win and you get all these awards. The most successful people sometimes get into depression after that. What's happening here? It shows us that accomplishments, winning all these awards, actually didn't lead to happiness. It went the other way. So what's the point? We can have all of that and not be happy. And we can sometimes have none of that and be happy. So what's really great is to actually achieve stuff and then really be happy. We don't have to wait for that. We don't have to postpone happiness. If that's our ultimate goal, let's be happy right now. So it's a choice that all of us can make even right now. So shall we take that moment now? Shall we take this moment to make the choice to be happy? Just put that in the comment. Let's make this step right now. I am going to be happy. I am happy right now. Not going to be happy. I am happy right now. Because you can do that. You make the choice. No matter what your life circumstances are, if you decide to be happy and you just put that smile on your face and you feel happy, what's going to happen? Your brain chemistry is going to change and you're going to start seeing opportunities which you never saw before. If you're in a hole, you're going to find ways of getting out of this hole that you couldn't find before because you have actually changed your mental state. So if you can do that right now, let's do it. But if you're finding it difficult to do that and you're saying, hey, Sanjeev, you're crazy with the problems I have, how can I be happy? Okay, a few more minutes later, a few more minutes from now, I will show you how you can practically change that mental state. So you can actually switch on that happiness right now. So wait for that, okay? So happiness isn't just an external state. Happiness is a choice. It's a conscious choice. And if we choose to focus on positive things, positive thoughts, we can actually find happiness, we can find joy. So one very important part of our brain, which actually helps us focus on what we want to, is this part of our brain called RAS, or the reticular activation system. So what this does is, it filters information and determines what we focus on. So there's a lot of stuff happening, and we have been bombarded by information all the time. So what the reticular activation system does is, it just helps us to not see things that are not important to us, and instead focus on things that we have said is important to us. Let me give you a small example. Some years ago, actually 11 years ago to be exact, I decided I wanted to buy a particular vehicle, and in my case, it was a Honda Vezel. Yeah, Honda Vezel. I wanted to buy this Honda Vezel. And when I decided I'm somehow going to get this because I fell in love with the car, I didn't really know how I was going to find the money because I didn't have all the money I needed. But in my mind, I made the conscious decision, I'm somehow going to get this vehicle. And guess what happened? My reticular activation system kicked in. And after that, whenever I got out of my house and went onto the road, do you know which vehicle I saw the most? Guess. It was the Honda Vezel. The Honda Vezel was the vehicle that I saw the most. Was it that suddenly the roads were filled with this particular vehicle? No. It's just that now that I had made a conscious decision, a conscious choice that I'm going to get that vehicle, my RAS was showing more of that vehicle to me. I was seeing it more. Why? Because that's what I was looking for. And so there's a big learning here. What our RAS does is, it helps us find what we are looking for. It helps us find what we are looking for. So if you're looking for happiness, if you're looking for reasons why you should be happy, If you're looking for reasons why you can be happy right now, your ass will show you that. If you're looking for reasons why you should be sad right now, why you have the worst life ever, guess what? You find what you are looking for. Your ass will then show you that. If you're looking for reasons why you have the best job ever, you'll find those reasons. If you're looking for reasons why you have the worst job ever, you'll find those. If you're looking for reasons why you have the worst life, the worst family, living in the worst country with the worst government, well, we are very creative people. Human beings are extremely creative. You will find enough of reasons to justify your thinking, to show you that what you're thinking, what you're believing is correct. The same way. If you want to find reasons why you can be happy right now, why you're so lucky to have a fantastic job, a fantastic family, a fantastic life, live in a fantastic country, if that's what you're looking for, again, you're going to be extremely creative. Your ass, your mind is going to give you as many reasons as you want to prove to you that what you believe is correct. So, who believes? What you believe. And what you believe is also a choice. I can choose to think that making this video for you is work for me. Or I can choose to think that it is something I really love to do. And it's something I love to do because I hope it's going to help you. A big difference, isn't it? If it's something I love to do, there's no work involved there. It's just me having fun, me being happy. And that's going to really help me and hopefully help you as well. So it's a choice, it's a choice, it's a choice, it's a choice, it's a choice. That's all it is. So the RAS, the reticular activation system, basically helps us find what we are looking for. So we need to be very careful, very choosy about what we are looking for. And that's, if I find the wrong thing, it means that's what I was looking for. So let me change what I'm looking for. If I don't like my life, maybe that's what I'm looking for. Let me change that. There are some people very close to me, some of my family members, right? No matter what goes on in their, whatever good things happen or whatever happens, right? They will always find another problem. They will always find another problem. So when especially a family member comes to you and says, Sanjeev, I have a problem, can you help me? Of course we want to help them, right? But in this instance, when I help them, I try to find a solution for problem number one. What they do is they come up with a second problem number two, which is why the solution to problem number one won't work. Now I give a solution to problem number two. Solution to problem number two. Then there's problem number three, which is why the solution to problem number two won't work. You see, it just goes on. So what I've realized is, these type of people actually don't want a solution. What are they doing? They're just only tuned on problems, only finding problems, only finding problems. I hope you're not someone like this. But the good news is, even if you are, first thing, identify that, accept that. And then, good news, fantastic, believe it. We can change that. You can change that right now. But don't you know people like this in the world? Don't you know people who always only find problems? Are they going to be happy? Not really. Do you also know some people, no matter what happens to them in life, they make the choice to be happy. They make the choice to look on the bright side, to look at anything positively. We can always put a positive spin on anything, isn't it? We are extremely creative. We can do this. And no matter what life circumstances are, we can put a positive spin on it. Viktor Frankl, who was a Jewish psychiatrist during the Second World War, he was in a concentration camp in Germany, and in his book, Man's Search for Meaning, he says that when the guards used to hit him, he chose not to feel anger towards the guards, but to feel sorry for the guards. Because he said, I realized that that's the only way I can survive this. I wouldn't be able to survive if I feel anger, but I would be able to survive if I feel compassion. He made the choice for himself, for his own survival, but he still made the choice. And if you can make a choice like that in such adverse circumstances, such a really hostile environment, well, can't you and I make that type of choice with the life that we have? We can for sure, isn't it? It just comes down to choices, that's all. So I told you I'm going to give you some practical things you can do to switch on happiness And one of the most important things we could do is this thing called the magic of being grateful. The magic of being grateful. And it's actually like magic. Just think about your life, think about yourself, and try to find things that you are blessed for, that you are blessed with, things that you can feel grateful for. It's like the story of the man who got out of his house one day to go to work, and he was grumbling that his shoes were broken. Right? So he had to go to work in a pair of broken shoes. And when he walked about 50 meters down his road, he met a man coming towards him, and this man didn't have one leg. And then immediately he realized, I can always buy another pair of shoes, but I'm really grateful that I have both my legs. Yes. So again, reticular activation system, we find what we are looking for. So can you find reasons to be grateful for in your life? Think of all the blessings you have. Having a job, isn't that a blessing? There are so many millions of people in the world who don't have a job. Having 3 meals a day, yeah, isn't that a blessing? There are millions of people who don't have that. Having good clean water, there are millions of people who don't have that. Having people who love you, people around you, people who care for you, having people that you can care for, that you love, isn't that a blessing? We find what we are looking for. So can you do that right now? Maybe just pause the video. Yeah, don't switch it off and go away. Just pause it and maybe just write down 5 things that come into your mind immediately when you start thinking of the blessings you have in your life, things that you are grateful for. And I promise you, as soon as you start doing that, you're going to immediately start feeling happier than you were before. You can't not. If I'm thinking of the blessings I have in my life, how can I be sad? It's good things. It's blessings. I can only be happy. So do that right now. And there's lot of scientific evidence to back this up, that this practice of being grateful is actually fantastic. So what being grateful does is it shifts our focus from what we don't have in our life to what we do. See, lots of people always think that the grass is green on the other side of the fence, isn't it? But when you actually get to the other side of the fence, you realize it's not. What I had is better. Sometimes we just keep searching for the next rainbow, trying to climb the next mountain. Let's be happy right now. We don't have to search for happiness. We can be happy right now. You can be happy right now. And well, I have chosen to be happy right now, so I am happy right now. Let's do this. Be with me. Be happy right now with me. And there was a fantastic research done by Robert Emmons at the University of California that indicated that people who practice gratitude on a regular basis report higher levels of positive emotions, feel more alert, and have fewer complaints about health issues. All good things, right? So in addition to what I said, these are all good things that you're going to feel, you're going to achieve by being by practicing gratefulness, by just being grateful. And also studies say that just the fact of just taking a couple of minutes and thinking about the blessings you have, or looking for the blessings you have, or looking for things to be grateful for, just the very act of just looking changes your mental state, changes your brain chemistry, gets you feeling happy right now. Even the act of searching helps you to feel happy. So let's do that. So one thing we can practically do is you wake up each day in the morning, right? Just take out a piece of paper. If you have a journal, if you have a diary, so much the better, a notebook, right? And just write whatever comes into your mind. What are you grateful for today? If you do it in the morning, you could be grateful to be alive again. You could be grateful that you have another day to be awesome, another chance to be fantastic, to be phenomenal, another chance to go out and help people, to make an impact in someone's life, to make an impact in the world. Isn't that awesome? Isn't that awesome? So take that journal out, take that piece of paper. If you don't have a journal, just write. And the very act of writing is going to make you happy. So that's one thing we can practically do, right? At least 3 things, 3 to 5 things each day. We are going to start our day feeling awesome, feeling great, feeling fantastic. And remember, once you do that, look at yourself in the mirror. Give yourself a big smile. And if your name is David, say, David, you're going to have an awesome day. If your name is Mary, you're going to have an awesome day. And I'm Sanjeev, so I would just look at the mirror and say, Sanjeev, you're going to have an awesome day. Try that. People I have told this to who tried it have never stopped doing it since. Why should they? Because when they do it, they're going to have an awesome day. But remember, emotion matters, right? You have to say it with the right energy, the right emotion, and with a big smile on your face. Do it. Do it, and you will feel the change, feel the difference. The next practical thing you can do is actually practicing appreciation. Now, I can't force you to appreciate me. I can't force you to put a positive comment about this video. I can't force you to put a like. I can't force you to subscribe to my channel to make me happy. But what I can do, what is in my control is do whatever I can do to appreciate you, to appreciate the people around me, to say thank you. Thank you for helping me. Thank you for doing this. Wow, you look so nice. Wow, isn't that a new shirt that you're wearing? Fantastic. Wow, congratulations on winning this race. Congratulations on your promotion. We can appreciate people around us. We can thank them. When is the last time you appreciated your family members, your husband, your wife, your children? The very act of going out and telling someone thank you, appreciating someone, saying, wow, you look amazing. Do you know what happens? When you appreciate someone else, does it make that person happy? Of course, right? But did you know that when you appreciate someone else, who is the first person who becomes happy? You do. So you want to switch on happiness? Well, appreciate others. We can't force them to appreciate us. But when you appreciate others, guess what? You make yourself happy and you make them happy as well. So this is the second way of switching on happiness. Just like pressing a button and getting the light in our room switched on. Let there be light. There's suddenly light over there. This is you're pressing a button and switching on happiness. And we have discussed two ways to do this. First way, switching on happiness, practicing gratefulness. Second way, switching on happiness, practicing appreciation. Both don't cost a cent. Don't cost $1. And you can do this. Don't cost a rupee. You can do this. And the scientific backing for this says that oxytocin, or the bonding hormone, increases in both you and the person you're appreciating when you appreciate others. So oxytocin, also known as the love hormone, feeling when oxytocin goes up in your body, you feel great, you feel safe, you feel secure, you feel loved. Awesome, isn't it? Isn't that what we all want? So you can help someone else to feel this way. Isn't that a gift as well? A gift beyond measure, right? Of course, always make sure your appreciation is genuine. It's coming from the heart. It's something you truly mean. Again, you want to find situations to appreciate others. There's so many things around you. Reticular activation system again. You find what you are looking for. When you look at your husband, your wife, your children, if you're looking for reasons to complain, you'll find it. If you're looking for reasons to appreciate them, guess what? You'll find it, because that's what you're looking for. So remember, look for the things that are going to make you happy. Why not? Don't we owe it to ourselves? Don't you owe it to you? Don't I owe it to me? We do, right? So let's do this. So something again that we can do practically is, before maybe going for lunch each day, just look around and see whom can I appreciate today. Before leaving your workplace to go home, think of, okay, when I get home, what can I say to appreciate my family? Before leaving to go to work each day, or on the drive or the commute over to work, can we think, okay, what can I appreciate in my team that I saw yesterday? Again, you find what you are looking for. So what do we discuss? We discussed 3 things that we can do immediately to switch on happiness. Gratefulness, appreciation, and the fact that everything we do in life is our choices. Even choosing to appreciate someone is a choice. Even choosing to practice gratefulness or look around for the blessings you have in your life is a choice. So choice is like the overarching thing, but appreciation and gratefulness are the switches to immediately become happy. The magic switches. There you can switch on happiness right now. I hope you did it while this video was going on. And I guess then you're really happy right now. Do tell me how you felt. Do tell me the change that this made in your life. Do tell me maybe after a week how this is making you feel. What has happened in your life. How things have changed for you. That will make me really happy. And it will be really fantastic to hear from you as well. You can drop me an email if you want. You find my email address in the in the chat. There are 2 other videos that I've done. I think you'll find them interesting. One is habits or things that we can do each day. Just take in 10 minutes to make each day fantastic. And also things that we can do for 30 days, which will really turn your life around. So what we can do each day in the morning to start our day feeling awesome and to have a fantastic day. And also things that we can do for 30 days that will really turn our lives around. And you won't even recognize yourself after that 30 days if you do all this stuff. So check those 2 videos out as well. Don't forget to subscribe, yeah? So before we end this video, some common things that we should avoid if we are to be happy. Few things. Some common pitfalls that we should avoid, yeah? One is step number 1, comparison and envy. Comparing yourself to others. Guess what? Even if you are like really rich and successful, there will always be someone who is more successful, who is richer. And even if you are not successful or rich, right? And if you think you are really poor, but guess what? There are so many people who are worse off than you. So no matter where we are in our life's journey, again, material things don't really matter that much in order to be happy. We can be happy right now without those things. But wherever we are, there will always be people better. There will always be people worse. So comparing is actually not going to help. And that's why, like, getting onto social media first thing in the morning, as soon as you wake up and this guy did this, this guy did this. I didn't do that. Why wasn't I invited for that party? Comparison is not actually going to make us happy. So instead of feeling bad that you haven't done that, just bless the person who has. Just send a blessing out to that person. Yeah, just feel happy for that person. Great. Well done. Guess what? That's going to make you happy. That's going to make you happy. And the pursuit of material gains, we already discussed, yeah, just going after wealth and possessions don't really make us happy. So Harvard's grant study, the longest study on human happiness, which we discussed earlier, the 80-year one, as we discussed, what they found was that it wasn't the material positions that made these people happy. It was the relationships that they had, the relationships and the choices that we make on a daily basis. So before we end, what can we do? Gratitude journal is one. Just write down things that come into your mind that you're grateful for each day. Look at the mirror, tell yourself, hey, I'm going to have an awesome day. Hey, I'm going to have an awesome day. For sure, it's going to be a brilliant day. And then actually find time, schedule time to actually appreciate others. And that's going to make you happy as well. I'm happy. I guess you're happy as well. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being with me. I'm Sanjeev. I'm a transformational coach and change enabler, wanting to help people all over the world, people like you, to have a better life, to achieve their dreams, to achieve your goals. If I can help you in any way, please do reach out. It will make me really happy. Thank you. Stay safe and stay blessed until the next time, okay?